Yo, what's going on, ladies? What's poppin'? It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the dating game. So in this video, I want to tell you that if you're going to have sex with a guy, let's say this is a new guy you're dating, right? Only have sex with him because you want to have sex with him, meaning that's the only reason you're having sex with him. Don't have sex with him to try to get a relationship or try to get him to like you. You understand? Because what's going to happen is that in a lot of cases, you're going to be very disappointed because that's not going to be the outcome, right? So basically what I'm saying is the only reason you should be having sex with a man is because you want some dick. That's it. Anything else outside of that, you are fooling yourself. You are setting yourself up for disappointment. So if you're with a guy and let's say you went out on a date or two with him and then, like he wants to have sex with you and then you're going to have sex with him, don't do it because you're like, oh, if I have sex with him, then maybe he'll like me. Or if I have sex with him, then, like this will turn into a relationship or whatever it is. Right now, you might be saying, come on, Locario, like what type of woman is even doing that? See, lots of women are doing this, even if they're not necessarily conscious that they're really doing it. It could be a subconscious thing where they're thinking like, okay, if I go down this route, right, then he's going to like me more. And the funny part is the opposite is true. And this is what most women do. Most women will think, well, if I hold off on sex and then have sex with him later, then that will make him like me and will make him take me seriously in the relationship and all this other stuff, right? So either you're having sex because you think that this sex is going to, get you something else outside of the sex, or you're withholding sex because you think withholding the sex is going to get you something outside of the sex, right? And that something can be a relationship, that something can be, him just like, seeing you more, talking to you more, wanting to be around you more, whatever it is. But what I'm telling you is that the only reason you should have sex with a man is because you want to have sex. You understand? That is it. Right? And the only reason you should withhold sex or not have sex is because you don't want to have sex right now, or for whatever reason you don't feel like having sex, right? If you're doing anything that's concerning sex for other reasons, right, you are setting yourself up for failure. You're setting yourself up for failure. And so the thing is that a lot of ladies are out here confused and feeling used because what happened is that you were using sex to try to gain something, or you were withholding sex to try to gain something, right? So in a lot of times, this thing you're trying to get more attention, or, some type of long-term situation with a man. So like I said, a lot of women will withhold it because of that, but then there's some women who will give it because of that. And what I'm trying to tell you is the one and only reason to have sex is because you want to have sex. The one and only reason not to have sex is because you just don't want to have sex. That's it. The sex should only be about the sex, right? Because other than that, what you're doing is that you are using sex to try to get other things, and then that actually affects how enjoyable sex will be in your situations. Because you're not just enjoying sex for the sex. You're using sex as some sort of bargaining chip. You're using sex as some sort of gateway to get other things, right? And then so therefore you're not actually respecting the act of sex by using the act of sex for other things, to try to get other things, to try to manipulate. You see what I'm saying? And that's not going to really work out for you. And see, I know there's times where, you meet a guy, you're sexually attracted to him, you just want to have sex with him, and that's the end all be all, and that's it. And you're good. You're like, I keep moving. I wasn't really looking at this guy as long-term, relationship material. And I just, did my thing, and that's cool. Right. But then there are also times where you end up having sex with a guy, and at first you was just like, yeah, it's casual. You keep having sex with him, you catch feelings and all that other stuff. Right now, you catch feelings, it is what it is, but also understand that, you know, this could be a thing that might not turn out to be anything, right? But what you don't want to happen is you do this stuff, you catch feelings, he doesn't want to be with you, and then now what you're trying to do is you're trying to withhold sex from certain people or certain guys because you're like, well, the last time I had sex with a guy and I caught feelings and I don't want to catch feelings, so I'm just going to withhold. That's not going to help you either. You see what I'm saying? See, what you have to do is that you have to embrace your sexual nature, right? And just let it be about the sex if you're having sex. And then the other things, let's say, as far as like wanting to be with a guy long term, that will happen naturally when you meet a guy that you and him are actually compatible. When you meet a guy that is into you as much as you're into him, that'll happen naturally. But if you're using sex to try to make that happen, or you're trying to withhold sex to try to make that happen, then you're fooling yourself and you're setting yourself up for disappointment. And then you're actually messing up your relationship with sex. How you view sex, how you enjoy sex, you're fucking that up because it's clouded in all these other aspects of all these other things. All right. So that's pretty much it. Listen, if you have any questions, click the link below and I will holler at you later. Remember, the truth is inside you. Peace. I'm gone.